What's up, Warriors? It's me, Trader Max, and we're here with the Shogun Gun Show here on June 21st, 2025, and it is the first day of summer. Woohoo! We're here. I'm tired. And we're with Crypto Quinton. How you doing? That was like true ADHD fashion right there, all in one bat. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's been a nice long morning.
Yes, it has been. We got up bright and early. We hit the ground running with swords a swinging, and we were just, let me tell you, the state of Shogun is upon us. There's just so many good things that are happening that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about some AI agents. We're going to talk about content integration. And of course, we're going to be talking about the ShogunFUSION, the NFT mint and marketplace that is coming live today. Hopefully, well, I've been saying this for weeks. This is so crazy. I can't believe it that we're still waiting for some bugs to be fixed. We are doing well. Every time we got to relaunch a contract, it's crazy. But it is what it is, as they say. You still there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very unusual that we're not parsing any users at the moment. I don't know why. That's very unusual. All right. Well, let's just continue on here. Mr. Quinton, as you know, we've been doing with a few things with the state of Shogun and this show. And I think it's something that becomes very clear that people want to know. It's data. It's information, right? We talk about this quite a few times. But we're going to jump straight into that state of Shogun process right now. Well, as you know, Mr. Quinton, we have had a huge process happen to us. We've been working very hard on building out some, AI agents, the whole jumping on the bandwagon of AI agents and all that kind of good stuff. But I feel like there's always this mentality out there that if you build it, they will come, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. I also believe that if you build it, they will know and they will want you to build something for them, and then they'll come. And then
I think.
Go ahead.
If you have it, they'll ask about it, and then if you've built it, they want you to make it
or for them. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So if you build it and build it right for yourself, then others will want it and they'll want to use it, and it'll be. But boy, it has been such a crazy couple of weeks with this concept of building the system for the AI agent and what it is. If most of you don't know, an agent is different than automation, right? Like you can make an automation system that kind of looks like it's an agent, but it's not really, right? You really got to be in the know here of what agents are and what automation is. Now, we've been dealing with automation for many a moon. In fact, for me, dealing with AIs way back from the ZDON days of the North American Derivative Exchange and selling and making derivative bets. We used actual AI back in our codes back in that process. From heavy language models coming from Nadex. But in this, I think they've made it such non-codish, click and drag kind of mentality, but it still takes a little bit to navigate, doesn't it?
Yeah, you definitely have to have a plan and to be able to properly execute it, use your nodes properly.
Mm-hmm.
But the gateway is now more strategic instead of really understanding the code and writing the code and syntaxing the code.
That's big too, because there's a process of, and I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to show you why we created this process, because it comes down to one huge thing, and that is, interaction, information. We have 605 members in our main Shogun crypto, which isn't a lot. And there's not a lot of people that are inside the system. If I scroll back to maybe a few moons ago, you'll see that it becomes pretty redundant. Hats off to Clark and to Rip and to others that are in the room, MP, other that are in that network, that are still in the room doing their thing. As we're upside down kangaroo. I didn't see that one. But we had some automation systems on board, like Rosebot has automations and BuyBot has automations, like if new buys happen, those kind of things. But it's the same information every single time. There's no major. It's like, okay, make sure you stake. Look, oh yeah, you can click these. And then we have a bot from Aerosol, a great, beautiful, awesome person, Kelvin from Aerosol, super huge dude. Helped us. He vouched for us on a lot of stuff, which is amazing. But the concept is, this is the same one every 4 hours. It's the same thing, and there's no interaction, right? So we came up with this concept, like we had to make something to interact, right? And we just couldn't be saying the same thing every single time. So we created an agent that thought of creative things to say to our Shogun family, right? We created a salutation, we created a body message, and we created a call to action. 3 things, 3 simple things. Now, this is the most simplistic value that you're going to get in anything when you're building an MVP, right? This is still all just very, very rudimentary MVP. Do you agree with that, Quentin?
Yeah, I think it's comparable to an alpha or a beta of what this module is to become in the future.
Yeah, and it is pretty strong, because we went into BotFather, we made a bot, we created a connection with the bot, which is just right now, that's all the bot is. It's just a mainline connection, and then we give it admin privileges to the site and system here. And then we created the agent to be able to come up with concepts and delivery of messages that are relative. Well, we had to teach it. We had to give it a system message that gave it rules. You know, you're going to talk about this. Imagine yourself being this community manager that you're telling people about these 3 things. And we talk about the Anvil bot. We talk about the ShogunFUSION, and we talk about WebForge. Those things. And listen, this is still the very beginning. Now, when you dive into this stuff, we're going to have a service that we can help you with and create these things. But the Shogun update bot itself is going to be its own thing. And soon, over the next couple of weeks, and we're building this as usage, you're going to see the growth. If you're not in the Shogun crypto, make sure that you click in. If you see our link tree up there, make sure you click in and come over to Telegram and say hi and check this thing out. There's no redundancy. It's never the same message twice, and it has a lot of power for information. Right now, it's very simplistic because we've made it that way, but we can make it very complex. We could pull from news strings. I've on my side, because Quentin had one thing that he had to do, and I had another, and we're going to marry the 2 peanut butter and chocolate things together to make peanut butter Reese's Cups. But mine was to scrape information from the internet on new news on Solana that's relative to now and to meme coins, and deliver as messages as well. So there's a news bot that's coming as well that'll also be in here. So you'll have an update bot when we have new things that are happening or little things that we're saying. But we're also here in a week or 2, probably even less than that, have it to where you as a community could go download our bot, check off some criteria that you want to have, like you wanted to show Anvil news. And if you're using our Anvil bot, that's always a good thing to get your community using it. So it'll interject your code to it, which we have an affiliate system for that, which pays 20 to 30% depending on your uses. If you're using our bot, we're going to give you 30, maybe even 40% at that point. So that's always an incentive to be able to use our bots and system in there. And you could put it in your own community, and it'll always just put in, especially if you click off the application for it, just information about your community. There are so many things that Quentin and I are, and we sit down in a power session every morning, and we say, okay, this is what we're going to try to do. This is what we're going to build. This is what we're going to structure. And doing so has given us so many concepts that we can go after. But again, we're going to start off with a very simplistic MVP. Right now, the inner use here is everybody's really liking the fact that it is something new. It is something that's outbound and bound that we could have. You know, this is a simple, it clicks right over and brings us right to, you probably didn't see that, but it brought me right over to my page. Super simple to utilize, right? So the good thing is that when we've built this, we can have this, that now people, if somebody says something to it, or if they click on it, if they give an emoji, if they reply to it, we can have answers, we can have call and answers and all those kind of things. Or we can even have it to where it's a polling feature. Hey, tell us what's the best thing that you like about meme coins, or questions and answers and all kinds of rhetoric that goes back and forth. And it's not just a bot, not like some of the bots you've been seeing out there that have a personality. You can organize personalities in them, but it's still pretty wide open for us. Isn't that true?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think what it comes down for me is this one image, man, has been with us for so long, and I love it. Right, I love that it's in there. But even though, sometimes, because I don't want to get into automation of like throwing out stickers every day, but it's fill your bags and all that LFG mentality is still there because it shows people doing something, and we want to have this. We want to have this opportunity. But again, Telegram is one situation, is one media platform, is one communication network. We can have that message if we wanted to. We could tell our AI agent to connect to our Twitter account, not only to the main, but to anybody's Twitter account that we deem necessary. You just have to have the authorizational process, and we can do that. Now, if you wanted your own bot, we will have a service for that we can kind of create your own AI agents and do all that stuff. And it does have a fee to it. Come on, let's be real. This is I'm not working for bags for your community, but I'm working for your help to try to get your bags inflated at that point. So this network it's coming. It's here now. We have some great connection there. So Quentin, what do you feel about that was your cue, by the way. Take over for a second. What do you feel about, because you're just diving into this for the first time this last week with the AI agents. How do you see the ease of use of getting started?
I think a big thing is the optimization of it. When you're first looking into, okay, how does a AI agent work in a bot? The first instinct that you want to do is just go, oh, just put the bot up front and center and have it control everything. And that can work, but the problem is that you either have to have a really refined stack of information behind it, and then pull a ton of tickets to pull that amount of information, analyze it, and then produce a answer that goes into your bot. Right. Or at another end, you have it sectioned off into a more of an automated like string where the AI is more like a brain, and the automations that are hard made in nodes and code are the body. Right. And so it's like that realization process for me, it was really cool to see. And the result speaks for itself inside of there, because this is just like we were talking about earlier, just a alpha beta level model that just shows that we can create a stream of things that we want to put out, properly put it in there, have that information be dynamic and specific towards a set of circumstances. And then now we can apply that same component on a bigger scale over multiple different subjects.
Okay. And you feel that it's been somewhat easy for you to kind of jump into that?
Yeah, definitely. When you're looking at the node module, I mean, every other formulation to get to this point, you had like the code was crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the skill just to get there, you either to do it on the go without any formal study or practice, was this very slow road filled with tons of documentation. And at this point, it's less of the full road and more of the specific circumstances that you need to customly create.
Yeah.
So it's the way that I would think about it is if you had all your tools in a box in a dark room somewhere, and that's code, you have to know every single one of your tools and how to use it in the dark. But in here with nodes, it's a much more beginner friendly process where you're now focusing on the mechanics, less of the specifics.
Okay. That does make sense, because there is a huge value to those that can take the complicated to make it simple, right? And they call that genius, to take something very complicated and turn it into something simple. But it's what happens when you do the opposite, when you take something simple and make it more complicated. You know what I mean?
Bloated.
Yeah. Here, let me share my screen with you. And I want to show you into this next little segment of what we're referring to as content delivery and the form of content, what it is. AI has a huge essence in that without it being contorted and too crazy. And the engines that have come out now, like LTX and VOP and like all these great, beautiful, big networks that are doing this. I want you to see, this is a picture that was, this is an NFT. And this is just a ping right now is on my computer, but we do have the NFT that's coming for these as well. They were made by Joe Duffy in our network, one of our partners, one of the top 5 in the network. And he made this image, and I took this image and then went into AI software and created something, I guess you could say, a little bit more in movement style, let's say. And I'm gonna pop it over to here, and you can see it right there. Same sort of image, and just we put the prompt in to kind of create it into this value, and wow, what an indifference. Especially now, this one little thing was like 25 cents. It wasn't very expensive, but it was like 25 cents to be able to put the prompt in, and probably was, I think it was like 2.5 cents. It may have been 2.5 cents. I may have done the math wrong there, but at this point, that's a huge image. I put this in the chat room the other day, and it had great response. Right now, this is just a single image of it. Right, I can set the prompt because I put the prompt in to say for the bugs. We tweaked the process, we tweaked the colors, we took all the stuff in. Now the original, wherever it went, oops, wrong one. The original, I had it. I should have had it all set up for you guys. Sorry about that. It's right here. Okay. Very, very close. Now, this is the thing about AI, right? Like you're going to get, like, here's the original, here's the AI interpreted version of it. But it is so close in value, and even through the entire process, it takes all the stuff that it couldn't see. Like in this image, you can't see all this stuff that's down here, right? So we created that image and that value, but then extended upon it with great strength. Now, this is just for images. But what you see here as well is a value of our imagery that's coming from an NFT. That picture, right, is one thing. That ping can be turned into an NFT. But the content that we're going to deliver is that you can also, believe it or not, make an NFT out of an MP4. And so that's pretty powerful as well. Like we have this opportunity now to take the technology and take that content and give it prompts into AI and create content from that, whether it's a medium of imagery, whether it's a medium of movies, concept clip art. You could add voiceovers to it. I mean, if you have a couple bucks and if you want to make a video, you want to do those things, everybody's trying to do something for free, right? None of this stuff's going to be easily free. Okay. You're not going to be able to create the quality that you really want. Have ChatGPT make you a picture. Then at that point, if you don't want to pay anything and you're paying $20 a month for ChatGPT, then have it make you a picture. There's plenty of systems out there that say they're free, and then you get there and boy, are they crap, right? Like there's so many things. And even the higher end ones that, the bots and the systems and the AI and all that stuff, it gets very confused. So my biggest advice to all of you is start small, stay small until one day you've just added on a bunch of modules and you make it big. And this is what it comes down to. But how Mr. Quinton and I have started out this process is that we've created a sense of an MVP, a quick MVP to get the content out. And created the connections to the chat room. Now that we have it in Telegram, we can go to a channel, we can go to a group, we can go to just its own bot, but now we can also do it easily into the network of our social media system. So that's what we're going to be working on today into that process. You have anything you want to say, Mr. Quinton?
No, sir. Really well said.
All right. So I think the next thing I would like to talk to you about in the state of Shogun for everybody today is the sense of the show itself. Here it is Saturday. We don't have a lot of people who are here today. That's okay. We have also opened up our dojo, our physical a brick and mortar dojo. So we're very excited about that. We've been doing very well with it. We had our first drive-by person who came in, saw the sign, walked in, and decided that there it was for them. So very, very excited. They set up a trial class and came to the trial class and then paid. So we're in the positive. Boom, there we go. We got our first paying customer that way. We have plenty of customers from our previous school that came to us as well. So they're not our very first customer, but they're our first customer to the new location that kind of came in. We told them what we were doing. We told them how we were doing it, and they loved it. And their kid is going to love coming to that class. He had a great time yesterday. So it was really, really cool. Shout out to Mason. Not that he's watching, but shout out to Mason and his family. All right. Also in the state of Shogun, we have launched into, but wait, I got to back up here because one of the other bigger news now is if you're an AnvilBot user, if you're a community and you're watching this after the fact, if you're an AnvilBot community, you should be using the affiliate system in our network. And if you don't know, if you go, what affiliate system, I'm going to kick you right in the face because let me tell you, it is one of the strongest things in affiliation. I don't know, in affiliatized systems when you have a product where if somebody does something in it and you get paid right away for you bringing them in, that's amazing. Whether it's micro pennies or what for every transaction is irrelevant because it's immediate. There's no question. There's no building up to a certain, you got to get to a $5 amount before we give it to you. And then it just sits there. The more you bring in, the more people that use it, you got to keep track of them. You got to keep all that stuff. This new version of the system for 3.0 is also going to come with its affiliate system with a UX that you're able to go in and see who you got, and you can communicate with them. But you just got to keep bringing people in, having them use it and get on the board the system. Every penny helps along that process. But if you're not using it, then you're not going to have an opportunity to make money from it. So it's like playing a lottery, right? And you want your people to be able to utilize it. So we're going to have within the bot system here for the update bot, we're going to have it to where you can actually put your affiliate code in it and the bot will talk about your affiliate code and it's going to talk about stuff about Anvil, but it'll use your affiliate code, which is pretty powerful for you because we're going to help you do the promotion for your own bot. We want you to have that. I'm not greedy. I don't mind paying out 20, 30, 40% in that if you're involved, if you're pushing it and you're doing your hard-earned work, you're not just like lazily every once in a while throwing something out, but you're in there and you're promoting for us. It makes us money as well. I'm willing to share that, but you got to take interest in it. You got to be a part of it. You got to be personable with the process because you want people to use the bot. Why? Because it is something that for DCAing in, we've talked about this a few times, dollar cost averaging in and or out can be very powerful for you guys because it'll protect your chart. It'll also continue to give you Hey, Sober, how you doing? It's good to see you here. You reposted the stream, okay? But it has the relevance that comes with that is like every cent that's done through your chart, every dollar that you put through the chart is actually keeping relevance to the DEXs, the DEX screener, the DEX tools, the other networks that are out there. And that is something that's worth its weight in gold at that point. What do you think about the affiliate program, Mr. Quinton?
I think if definitely in the culture of what the Solana tokens are, the name of the game is diversity. I mean, even just being inside of a singular community for a single time, you can see a lot of other people in other communities. And we saw a lot of that from our community members as well, where we'd be talking with people and then they talk to us about another community that they're in. And so it's a part of the life of going around and exploring new tokens, new communities, because there's hundreds of thousands made a day. Well, actually, I don't know the statistic on that, but there's a lot made a day. And so when you are a part of that and you're naturally just going to a ton of different communities of different tokens that you want to succeed, having a tool that can, one, create that environment for success, and two, supply you with another source of income on top of that, that's a major tool. I mean, when saying it in that way, it's a no-brainer at that point. So if that is what you're doing, I mean, that's the degen lifestyle inside of Solana cryptocurrency. It's why aren't you doing it?
Yeah. And that's something that I think comes with a little bit of education, and that's something that we're going to have on the site here soon. We already have one affiliate video on the main AnvilBot system, but how to use the AnvilBot and why, and what are all the different ways that you can use, is very important, especially when the market takes dumps like Solana did yesterday. Holy effing hell! I mean, an 8% over a period of time, 5% intraday was incredible, right? Like it did recover some back up to 140 where it's sitting at today, I think. But man, I looked at the chart and I went, wait a minute, something happened. And when there was no volume price increase or decrease, I seen that there was a 30,000 jump in our market cap on the lower side. It was crazy. But yeah, most of you saw that dip yesterday. It was very crazy. It is starting to come back on the rise again. For you guys playing perps out there, yeah, if you were in that, man, you made some money because it was quick, right? It was like a 5-minute, 6-minute candles, 1 hour candle. You made a bundle. Like if it just kept on going, you just made a bunch, right? But if you're on the upside when that hit, man, you got tagged out quickly. So, but we appreciate
looking at the scale on that, like the perps mindset with that is really interesting, because you have like the switching flows, but like it tanked really hard, really quick, like a singular candle type of tank. But I mean, looking back, you saw a similar one on June 12th as well, that a singular candle dropped at nearly 5%.
Yeah.
And definitely, if you are on perps with leverage, that's enough to wipe out any valuable trade.
Well, I think, back in the days of just trading Forex, there were stop hunters, that could affect market value on coins by just sheer ticketing, and that's what could happen here as well. There is that value that, you don't know what you don't know. And then you just respond to the market. But yeah, yesterday was a tough day for a lot. But for us long-term builders, we just look at the long-term, man. I'm not in doing perps. I'm not affected microly by that. The only way I am is in the fees that we assume from the AnvilBot. We take it in Solana. So if there is a huge movement, and I wasn't paying attention yesterday, if I would have froze the assets over to USD before the drop, or if I would have seen the markers, I could have probably done it. We have to maybe employ an opportunity if it drops down a certain amount that it moves it all over, and vice versa. But then that's a whole nother bot, right? Like we got to get some wallet control stuff that happens there, which would be pretty cool. But our concept here is that yesterday we took a little hit with that, but it's slowly coming back up into that for us. So in the state of Shogun there itself. All right. So next in the state of Shogun, I really do want to talk about the value of something that has been a help and a hindrance, a thorn and a happiness that I have, which is the NFT marketplace, ShogunFUSION. That network over there has been just like with anything. We've had trials and tribulations, but we're working it. And this is the one that is going to be the AnvilBot. Our WebForge network, all of it, super huge, super powerful. Very excited about where it's coming to. We are jumping over. Let me share my screen with you. And here's a ShogunFUSION. Don't get excited too yet. We still got a few more bugs to work out on the auction system. We're doing that today. We're able to come in if you want to save for list for sale. We can sell to the highest bidder. We can choose a time. I'm putting in more times. There'll be a 3 hour of the 1 day, of course, a 3 day, 12. So 1 hour, 12 hour, 3 day, 1 day, 3 days, 7 days. And then, 15 days and 30 days at that point. Highest bidder wins the process. And once it's won, you can claim it and it's all over for you. Or you can have a fixed price completely up. You can also, if you're not making them on, it's free to mint. It's absolutely free to mint on the system. We pay the charge of minting. You come over a mint, it is 2.5% on the fees for selling them. But it also has a royalty system that every time it's sells, you can set that royalty. Super, super easy to do in the network. We're very excited about the process. But you also have the chance now that if you have your own, I'm going to pull up my profile here. This will take a second. This is one of the other things we're working on, is the caching system that is actually looking through the security of your wallet and seeing what ones you have. If you have an SBL NFT from any other system that you've minted stuff out, you've minted your own, as long as it's done through SBL, you can then house it for sale right here on the site. These were given to me by our friend from NoHat from the system over there. Gave us 10 of them. They were amazing. I love them. I have 9 of them here. I gave one to myself through this location as I bought and sold it through the system, but it was super simple to use, and I use it as an example. You can also see what fixed prices ones, what auctions ones you have on. Pretty cool. You can click on any one of them if they're in your collection and do just that. List it for sale, fixed price, or what have you. If it's yours and you own it, you can do whatever you want with it here. You can create like a bidding thing, and then in the description of it, you can have it to where, as you're selling these things and setting that price, it's pretty cool. You have an opportunity to later here pretty soon in this next version that we're doing, you're going to be able to put an auction note in there. Like what else would it come with at that point? Right now, you can't do that here unless you're making something new. You can put it in the description. But if you're out there and you're telling people, hey, this is what you're going to buy, you could say, okay, if you buy this from me, I'm also going to give you this. You could do that just manually at that point. But I love this because you can re-spark the energy of an NFT without having to be on the original marketplace or the original minting system of that solution in there. We do have a sponsors page, terms and condition page. All this stuff is coming. Our help center, we're making a TG for it. We're going to have some automation stuff that's in there as well. As you know, our customer service is byline the best. We're very responsive, and we try to help get you to the answers you physically need. Very, very exciting. This is later on today as we engage with the programmers today. We have a few other things that we're doing. Mr. Quinton and I will be doing some AI agent stuff, which we're very excited on as well. Anything about the Fusion system, Mr. Quinton?
It looks really good. I think we've talked about before, like seeing it be built, but I mean, it's one of those processes that it's when you're building something with passion and that sort of breaks some of the confines, problems arise, obstacles arise, because if it was easy, it would have, one, been already done, or two, wouldn't be worth doing.
Yeah.
And so looking at this point, I would rather something be cooked for a little longer and come out 3 times better than have something rushed out and, it's there on the plate, but, don't mind the dirt.
Yeah, don't mind the hair in your soup. Yeah, I see it. But there's also some things too that, the whole bowl has spilt a few times on us when we've been building things. But we're always about building stuff for the community and for this industry. Always trying to give back as much as possible. Sometimes to our own demise, but it's worth it. It's worth to try to get as much of this stuff out there as possible and do our best. We've been waiting for the Fusion to be the lockup of the triad of things, the WebForge, the ShogunFUSION, and the AnvilBot, all 3 being in their primary MVP release and solid release, stable release, to launch the chart system that we're going to be launching out. But now we have that 4th module of the AI agent system, which we're going to be tying everything into our ShogunFUSION when there's new in our new AI series that we'll be bringing out. When our system here talks to the industry, when there's a new sale, a new auction, or a new NFT that fires off, there will be news that will come into the updater system, and you can choose to either use it or not use it in your network. It could be from a particular collection or particular person. There's going to be so many good things with that news generational system. There'll be the other thing is, like, it's going to have its own Twitter account, and it's going to be posting new stuff every day. So when it comes in, this is going to be going right into Twitter account with a lot of followers that we're going to get on board. We're going to be doing the mint condition show again, where everything is going to go to that proceed. We're going to do donations and add-ons to NFTs that are going to be there. There's a lot of stuff that's coming. So I want you to hold on to your hats, because there is just so many great things that we're going to be able to interlink into this process already right now. And we don't even have the Fusion module set up yet in the network. Our first Fusion module is going to be about, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna leak it. I'm gonna leak it right now. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. Is going to be a lottery module, what we call a collaborative collection module, which means that if I have a group of numbers that I want to put together to make a ticket, and they're all going to show on the one ticket, which is amazing. And there's some people in our network that are like, I know who that is, and they're gonna love it, and they're gonna hate me for saying it, but it is very lottery-esque. A lotto-esque, I should say. Maybe at that point, we might want to clip that and send it to him. But he's going to be very happy in about 2 weeks. He's going to be happy now, because he's going to be using the system as soon as we get out today. And we're going to get a meeting with him later on today. Ghost is a wonderful person and just a lovely. I'm in his show. I was in his show last night. It was so much fun. I love talking to them. They're such a lively bunch of people. I was a little bit inebriated myself a little bit last night, but it's all good. This Shogun Fusion network that's coming here, you can use it right now for everything that we're going to be doing after today. But I'm very excited about what's coming for this, and the integration of the AI agent that's going to be talking about this stuff that's happening, and every new system we have, even our WebForge system. New clients come into there. We're going to be saying, hey, thank you. Come on board. We want to show you how to use these things. We have AI agents inside our network over there that has a pretty big cost in there for doing this, like $99 a month, but it's unlimited for that factor over there. Pretty powerful. But here, super simple, very easy to utilize. We're going to have a lot of great things in our little module for the updater for Shogun that you can put in your community. If you're a supporter of us, it'll say all great things that are coming in. It'll have links to affiliate programs that we are running, which you'll really enjoy, and you can make a couple extra bucks with. Mr. Quinton, I think that's all I got, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, looking at everything that's going on, it's not a little, but there's sometimes you just got to continue working. Can't be too down. Definitely when there's time.
Yes. The Shogun Gun Show is going to come back with a force. We're making and talking to a few people. We're trying to re-spark our outreach team to bring them into certain few things. I'm going to be meeting with a group of people today after the show to discuss, start to get things ready. There's money to talk about. There's things that we got to do. There's shows that are going to be organized and how that structure is organized. We now have an availability that we make a database of people within our show system. There's things that we can do to outreach to them. It's amazing. There's so many good things coming from this AI agent network that we've built, which is going to be all about communication, all about content delivery, all about the universalness of having people being able to talk to each other and converse and be a part of these shows. One-click form filling, integrational systems puts all their data in right into the system that these guys don't have to put it in for themselves anymore. They just got to send people to the website and get them in, and then it utilizes their affiliate code with that process. So we're very excited because it's a lot of automation and AI agent stuff, but it's still us. We're still here. We're still building it. We may be a tighter crew, but I think that's almost better.
I'd say so.
Yeah. All right. Unless you got anything that you want to shoot the shit about, I'm pretty much golden here with the state of Shogun. Is there anything else you want to kind of bring to the table and talk about today?
No, sure. That feels really good.
All right. Well, I'm good with that. We're going to use these videos that we're making in the state of Shogun. Once we start getting up and we're filling the slots again, 1 p.m. Monday or 1 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. It's all about who we are and what we're doing. As we bring more stuff out, we'll keep you tuned. I'm Trader Max, and with Mr. Quinton, we are here to be of service, but also to take this to the next level. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well.